We have a tendency to make life complicated. But if you really stop and look at it, it's not. People, in general, are pretty simple. We need safety, food, and water. We need purpose, aka something to do. And honestly, sometimes we just need someone to tell us, hey, don't do that. That's about it. Everything else we add. We layer it on, we build it up. We turn simple situations into overwhelming ones. And I was reminded of that one morning earlier this year, at the gym, of all places. I got a text from a coworker. He said, hey, are you up? And I was like, yeah, I am. Then came the follow-up. Someone needs help. Car trouble. Can you help? No long explanation, no drama, just a problem that needed a solution. And so I said, yeah, absolutely. Give me 2 minutes to pack up and I'll be on my way to help out. I packed up, drove over, and a few minutes later, that same coworker who had texted me, he showed up too. And within 15 minutes, we had it handled. We got them to work, we made a plan to get them home, problem solved. But in that moment, the person dealing with the car trouble was a bit rattled. And it made sense. Because life has a way of stacking things on top of each other. Stress, responsibilities, and deadlines. Then suddenly car trouble shows up and it's like the worst possible time. And it feels like more than just car trouble. It feels like this is just one more thing. But standing there that morning, in that moment, I had a different realization. Life didn't feel complicated. It felt pretty simple. Someone needed help. We showed up. We figured it out. And that was it. No headlines, no overthinking, no spiraling into everything else going wrong in the world. Just humans helping out other humans. And it made me think about how often we lose sight of that. We get caught up in the things happening across the world. We scroll through social media, comparing lives, chasing experiences, reacting to literally everything. And before we know it, life feels overwhelming. But if you strip it down, like all the way, you can come back to a few basic questions. Can I take care of the people I love? Do I have food for today? Do I have somewhere safe to sleep tonight? And here's another one. Do I have someone I can call when things go wrong? Because that's the real test, isn't it? Not how many followers you have, not how exciting your life looks online, but at 6:30 in the morning when your car breaks down, who can you call? And more importantly, who will actually show up? Because if you have that, you're doing way, way, way better than you think. That morning it hit me. How lucky are we to have people like that in our lives? Even more so, how lucky are we when those people are our coworkers? People who we didn't grow up with, people we didn't choose as family, but somehow they show up like family anyways. Here's the part I love about this story. The coworker who texted me that morning, the one who said, hey, can you help out with some car trouble? He's the same person I called when I had car trouble. Because he knew I'd answer. And I knew that he'd answer when I call. I knew he had what I needed. I knew he would show up. That morning, he returned the favor. He knew I would answer. He knew I could help if needed. He knew I would do whatever it could to provide whatever he needed for the other person. He knew I'd show up. It's not that complicated. That's trust. That's community. That's life working the way it's supposed to. So yeah, there are things in life that are complex. There are challenges worth thinking deeply about. But there are also moments where we need to step back and say, it's not that big a deal. I'm okay. I'm safe. There are people who've got my back. And that matters. So I'll leave you with 2 simple challenges for today. First, be that person. Be the one who answers the call. Be the one who shows up 6:30 in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Show up. And second, if you already have people like that in your life, tell them thank you. Remind them they matter. Remind them they're appreciated. Because that's the kind of wealth that doesn't show up on a paycheck. And when life starts to feel overwhelming, come back to that truth. Life isn't that complicated. We live, we breathe, we eat, we sleep, and one day we die. Everything in between, it's just extra. So hold it lightly. Trust that things will work out. Trust that you'll be okay, and just focus on making it to tomorrow. Because most of the time, that's more than enough.